Welcome everybody. Hi. This is our last event for 2018. How exciting! Christmas just around the corner, and then a whole brand new year starting. So that's pretty exciting. So tonight you will be listening to an incredible team of compassionate, soul-driven women. We're going to be talking about what we have been doing and creating in our lives. We have two fantastic parts to what it is that we do. We are creating mind, body and soul wellness for ourselves, each other and for our customers. And so how this works is we have an incredible program and product which helps ourselves and our customers to create a healthy lifestyle. And that encompasses their mind, body and soul. And then we also have an amazing team, a team of beautiful women, some of whom you're going to hear from tonight, who are also creating mind, body and soul wellness actually in our team. And we're also creating the life that we all really want. So for us, it's about stepping out of the 9-to-5 grind, doing something that our heart has been wanting for a long time, saying yes to something new, to change, and to actually creating a life that we always dreamed of but never thought we could actually have. So, I mean, for me, I've been in this business for now 16 months. My name's Tanya, by the way. Thanks for forgetting that. And so I've been in this business for 16 months, and for me, it certainly has changed my life in terms of my health, but also my finances. It's actually really given me my power back and allowed me to dream again. So tonight you're going to hear from some of us in the team about their stories and what they've managed to create in their life through this vehicle. But first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the product, our fantastic product and program. So I'm going to pass you on over to the beautiful Ash, and she's going to share that for us.
Awesome. Hi, guys. So I get the beauty of introducing our program and product. I know I was very skeptical as well, coming onto something like this or opening up something like this. With every beautiful business comes a really beautiful product and program. So at the time I was suffering with my health, and I noticed such a similar pattern everywhere I went. We are getting sicker, not healthier. There's so much sickness, so much illness, so much disease. There's cancer on the rise, obesity, autoimmune conditions, pain, joint pain, skin conditions, acne, all different things popping up that we didn't have 50 or 100 years ago. All of these behavioural disorders in kids and all of these allergies and different things. Our food industry is really made for quantity, not quality. So our food industry really is not really serving us at the moment. So we're finding that we really do need to bridge that gap. There's a lot of us on medication, as well as our mental health. There's a lot of people suffering in mental health as well. So we have come up with a program that really embraces a holistic approach to mind, body and soul. So we do tick off those boxes of mind, body and soul through our program. It's all hosted online on Facebook, so you don't need to go anywhere for it. It's all there at your fingertips, which is beautiful. We do have things like recipes, over 300 recipes created by the top 10 master chef, Kira Westwick. We do have clean guide, eating guides, kids' wholesome recipes, Christmas guides, Easter guides. We've also got lots of different sweet treat recipes so that you're never missing out. Our program is not about deprivation or calorie counting at all. We feel that restricting yourself isn't sustainable, so our program really is sustainable for life. No deprivation. We have sweet treats and beautiful, yummy things to keep you going. It is kid-friendly and husband-friendly as well, so the whole family is eating together without having to diet. We do have meal plans as well, which is keeps it very easy through the week. We've got shopping lists, we've got exercise and workout programs, We also have a whole mindfulness component as well. So meditation guides, all different things to keep you accountable for what you're fueling your mind, because what we're fueling our mind is essentially really what's going to spill over into our life and what's going to manifest into our life. So we help you with self-love and gratitude programs and all of those beautiful things as well, so that you're loving yourself from inside out. So to support our program, we have come across a beautiful product called Juice Plus. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it. The main product looks just like this. I know I was pretty skeptical too when I saw them in a canister, mainly because I wasn't one for products. I wasn't one for supplements. And I felt that we should really get all of our food from a whole food source. Well, this really is the closest thing that you will get from a whole food source. It's real food. It's whole food in a capsule. Very genius, right? So when you look on the back, it's got things like carrot, cabbage, kale, rice bran, broccoli, beetroot, tomato, garlic, parsley, spinach. The list goes on and on and on. It's a TGA approved, so it's got a food label on it, which was a massive tick for my box. I'm a yoga instructor, so this was massive to get 30 varieties of whole fruits and veggies inside your body before you even start the day is beautiful. So you are really ensuring that you're getting that variety between 30 whole fruits and veggies. Now what they do is they bind ripeness, so they pick them at peak ripeness. They pulp them and juice them in a big pulverized machine. It then gets dehydrated, so the sugar and water is removed, and it leaves you with the beautiful encapsulated form of the powder, which is left. All of the live enzymes are still intact because the dehydration process is very low and has the best quality control. We have over 35 peer-reviewed studies done on the product, medical studies, medical grade published studies done on the product. It's been around for over 30 years, which is beautiful. It's not a fad. Fruits and veggies won't ever go out of fashion at all. We do need them in our bodies, and it's very, very prevalent that we aren't getting enough of it due to fast food and fast-paced life. So this really makes sense because it does bridge that gap between what we should be eating and what we really are eating. Now, what I didn't realize is that what we're buying in stores at the moment, when we think we're doing a pretty good job at going to the shop and buying our fruits and veggies, is that a lot of our fruits and veggies is picked way too early, often 4 or 6 weeks way too early. So we're not seeing those key nutrients that happen on the vine. Now, the most nutrients actually happen within the last 48 hours of vine ripening. So we're not actually seeing that. We're not ingesting that. We're not getting that into our bodies. What they are doing is sitting them on shelves and putting them in storage sheds for long periods of time, and then putting it out on the shelf. They're injecting it with all different colours and gas ripening it, and sprayed with all sorts of herbicides and chemicals. So when you actually buy the fruit and ingest the fruit from the supermarket, it really isn't the best quality. This is ensuring the best quality, pretty much organic, non-GMO, and it's picked and produced straight from the farm. So you are getting the best quality soil and the nutrition with this as well, which I love. Now, if any of you have children, I love that kids get free in this. It is a company with heart. So if you do have children, you know how hard it is to get their fruits and veggies into their body and get them to eat it on their plate. So they get a little chewable form. They get a fruit and veg chewable form. So it's exactly the same concept. They can either choose between the capsules or the chewables if you're someone that wants to open up and put it in food. I wasn't someone for capsules, so you can open up the capsules and put them in your food or in your smoothie as well. Same with the children. They also get the free capsules or the gummies. The gummies are not anything extra added into them, no sugar, no additives, literally just what's in the capsule is in there mixed with a little bit of tapioca starch. So it is vegan as well. All of our products are vegan. We do have a beautiful omega range as well. It's an omega blend. It is making sure that you are ticking off your heart health, your depression and anxiety and all those things, your moods, your heart health, your eye health, and all of those things. It skips the fish and goes straight to the source that the fish actually feed off, which is the algae. You're not getting any of those fishy chemicals that come with the fish. You're not getting the mercury or any of those other chemicals. It's completely vegan, and it is a blend of omegas. So our body actually needs omegas, the fatty acids, and we can't produce it ourselves. So we do need to consume them, which is beautiful that you're getting it from a plant-based organic source. Now, last but not least is our protein powders. So these come in chocolate and vanilla, a plant-based as well, completely vegan, and pretty much organic as well, non-GMO. When you're looking here, you've got beautiful things like spirulina, yucca, pomegranate, alfalfa sprouts, broccoli, all these different things, pea protein, all of these things that you probably won't get on a daily basis. Children think that they're having a chocolate or vanilla milkshake, but really they're getting over 17 superfoods into their body without even realizing. They have a natural mood booster in it called niacin, which is beautiful if any of you suffer anxiety or depression. We're going to hear some stories tonight around our program and product as well. So with all of our products combined, you're getting at least 50 varieties of plants into your body before you even start the day, which is amazing, because when you're flooding your cells at a cellular level, you begin to crave better foods, you begin to change the lifestyle that you're living. It is the best catalyst for change. So we do encourage you to eat more whole foods, and our program is a whole food based program. So you will be making sure that you are showing up as the best version of yourself when you come into our program, which does spill out and overflow into your life, into your relationships, into your family, into your job, into every area and every aspect of your life, because you really are vibrating at a higher level, because you really are flooding yourself full of all this goodness. So we're going to shoot on over to Joanne now, and she's going to share with us what she's found since being on the products and programs. She's got a beautiful story to share.
Cool, thanks Ash. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, awesome. So I have been taking the products since March this year. Initially, I wanted to try them for more energy and better sleep, which I felt in the first couple of weeks. But my main reason for wanting to try them was I've suffered from endometriosis for about 10 years. I got diagnosed through surgery at the end of 2016, and they found it in a couple of different places. So it's a condition where the lining of your uterus grows in places that it shouldn't. And it's not really known why it happens. I think more studies are starting to be done on it at the moment, because it affects about 200 million women worldwide or something crazy. And they reckon that it's cells that aren't responding to whatever they are supposed to do, and they just go rogue. Yeah, so it causes a lot of pain. My pain was very unpredictable and would get very intense, like contraction-like pain. I'd get a really swollen belly, which would hurt to touch and stuff, and it just really impacted day-to-day life and was really frustrating and exhausting. Even after my surgery, it didn't really get that much better. Probably got, 2 to 3 days worth of pain instead of a whole week, but it was definitely still horrible to deal with. And since about May, so a couple of months into taking them, I found a massive decrease in the intensity of the pain that I would get. My moods and everything also mellowed out. I wouldn't get sort of PMS-y before my cycle, which was nice. And now I hardly have to take any painkillers at all. Everything is a lot more calm and relaxed, and it hasn't been like that since I was a teenager. So it's been a huge improvement, and I can't wait to see how it improves in the coming months into next year. So yeah, it's been amazing. I'm so grateful that I found them, because there's nothing else that would have helped. Surgery didn't help, and living on painkillers all the time is just not really ideal. So yeah, it's been awesome. So that is my story, and I think we're now shooting over to Ash to hear more about our beautiful business.
It's me, sorry. I'm just going to share.
Oh, sorry, Taz.
It's all good. So I've been on the product now for 16 months. And so for me, this product changed my life, literally. I was like the walking dead. So I was struggling to get through my day. I would be lucky if I managed to get through till 8 o'clock at night without falling asleep. I felt like I was not sleeping at all. I'd wake up in the morning and feel like I didn't sleep at all. I had an autoimmune disorder which caused chronic pain every day. I also had pain in the joints in my hands, which they put down as just arthritis. I also had adrenal fatigue and leaky gut, so I had a numerous amount of symptoms around that, like itchy skin rashes. My hair was falling out like mad. I swear I was going thinner and thinner. I felt like I was aging far too fast. I had, viruses. I was sick all the time. I just had everything going wrong. This was about 4 years I was pretty sick. And really in the last year, I got even sicker. And I was spending a fortune every month trying to heal. And I was trying everything possible. Nothing was working. And so when I noticed that my friend was getting really well on these, I thought, wow, this could really help me. So I reached out, and honestly, the symptoms for me pretty much went away straight away. And I know that's not the same for everybody, but for me, it was an absolute life changer. So within 2 days, my energy was amazing. And then, my chronic pain was gone after 2 weeks. I don't get cold sores anymore. I don't get UTIs or thrush anymore. I don't have chronic pain anymore. The pain in my hands is completely gone. I have no skin rashes. My hair's amazing. It's like shiny and growing really well. And even my nails. I just couldn't believe that something so simple like fruits and veggies could actually heal something so huge like what I had. People think they have an autoimmune disease. They think, that's life-threatening and you're going to have it for the rest of your life. You don't actually have to. So for me, it's really changed my life and also my family's as well. So, but I won't talk about their story. I'm going to pass you on over to Ashley now, and we're going to kind of turn the page a little bit and talk about the business now, the business behind it. So I'm going to pass you over to Ashley, and she's going to talk about that.
And thanks so much, Tans. Absolutely love hearing your story. But I'm going to give you guys a rundown, because people are skeptical about it because they haven't really seen anything like this before. But because I haven't really had a job before, I'm a mum of 6, so I've basically been a mum since I was a teen. So I'm just going to give you an example and say, let's just say I work at a supermarket at the checkout. In traditional business, kind of looks a bit like this. And, we all, start at the bottom. And, let's just say I've been working my ass off, for years doing that extra work to get, a little bit closer to here. Spending less time with my family, less time doing the things I love, because I'm working harder and longer. So, I also have the everyday struggles of not getting appreciated for all my extra work, getting underpaid, and even, self-service potentially taking my job. You can probably relate if you work in, like a supermarket or Kmart or something like that. But in order to kind of rise up through the levels, there are levels, but in order to rise up through those levels, we kind of step over others in order to get up a little bit higher. And that really creates a lot of gossip, a lot of just a toxic work environment that, it makes you not want to go to work. So, but we have our CEO at the top. Sometimes in these businesses, a lot of businesses are family owned, which means less room at the top for someone like me, who has been, putting in the hard yards, doing the extra work, and more room for, say, their family or their friends, or, you know, things like that. It happens a lot. And, you know, even if we get to the CEO position, you know, we're working those extra hours. We have so much more responsibility, which means we have less time with our family, and less time doing the things we love. So, you know, because we have more responsibility. But, you know, there are people out there that struggle so much, you know, with their jobs, because it just really isn't serving them. And because of that, we stop dreaming, you know, we stop dreaming about that big house, you know, that new car. We stop dreaming about choice. And what I love about our business model, this blew my mind a little bit, especially when I first seen it. You know, this model is really different, you know, but it allows for a safer place to dream. So it looks a bit more like that. We still all starting at the bottom, which I love, because, you know, being a stay-at-home mum for so long, it's nice to know that we have that even playing field. You know, so we still have levels. We have our pinnacle position. And what I love about our pinnacle position is that it's unlimited. So someone could come in and, you know, fly straight past me and go to the top. You know, they could fly straight past me. Anyone could come in here and fly straight past me. It didn't mean that there was someone, you know, sitting at the top, the big kahuna sitting at the top, telling me what to do. You know, if someone wanted to come in and say make $200, you know, it's not, I didn't have to push anyone into doing something they didn't want to do. If they want to come in and just make an extra $200 a month, you know, I can help them do that. I have the tools to help them create that. But, you know, someone might come in and say, look, I want out of my job. Could you help me? Is there any way I could make, say, $1,500 a week, you know, $1,200 to $1,500 a week, so I can leave my job? You know, I have the tools to be able to do that as well. Or some may come in and, you know, want to be a bit of an overachiever like me and go straight to the top. You can do that, and that's what I love about this. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your past was or what background you have. Anyone can come in here and smash it, and that's what I love. This is my goals. You know, reaching the top is definitely my goals, and just I'm going on to 8 months now of doing this. And, you know, I'm already halfway there, even though my life is already crazy with my 6 kids. I'm almost there. So it's really nice to know that, you know, people can achieve things, you know, people like me can achieve things like this, even though I have an already crazy life. So, you know, I started off with half an hour a day. Now I do a couple of hours a day. And I absolutely love it. I do this in stolen moments around my kids. And, you know, that's something I never thought I'd be able to get. So just to be able to have choice in the work environment is just, I think, is absolutely amazing. And I'm just blessed that how our business model works. But I'm also going to bust another myth. So I was a stay-at-home mum before this of 6, like I said. And I haven't worked in like 13 years. So I kind of lost that confidence to work. I felt I didn't know many people. I live out in a pretty small country town, Kingaroy, which is pretty small. So, which does go to show that you don't need to know many people. But, you know, as I continued to share my journey, I shared my journey with my best friend, Nora, of 16 years, and one other. So, what happened was they saw my post, you know, they seen my posts online. They wanted a bit of freedom and choice. So, you know, as they connected and continued to connect to people, so did I. You know, I went through, I connected with mums through Facebook, stay-at-home mums, mums from school, mums groups, you know, school pickup. You can do it however you want, and that's what I love. But, you know, that's how I did it. And basically, this is what we call the popcorn effect. You know, just by knowing these 2 people, you know, my business is growing already. So it just goes to show that you don't need to know many people, just a few of the right ones, and you're sweet. So thank you so much. We're going to go back to Tans, and she's going to explain a bit about how we get paid, the good stuff.
Thanks, beautiful. I always love your story and the way you do that. So yes, I get to do the fun stuff, the money, because that was one thing that I wanted to know. Because when I first started this biz, I was working my full-time job, and I wanted to know how much I was going to get out of this, because how fast can I make some money to get out of my job and out of the grind, because who wanted that? I know one of our girls calls it a soul-sucking job. Yeah, it is a soul-sucking job. So we basically get paid 3 ways in this business, which is really, really cool. So the first way that we get paid is we get paid a retail profit. Now, how this works is Juice Plus has been around for nearly 30 years, and in that time, they have never once paid any marketing or any advertising. So what they do with that big pool of money that they've got, instead of paying it on marketing and advertising like everyone else, what they do is they every time we, the customer, every time we connect the customer with the company, they pay us. So they pay the customer, because we're the ones that are out there, we're the ones that are sharing our stories. So we share our stories on social media, we share our stories on face-to-face, and so we are like, that's attraction marketing. So we're actually sharing something that you would normally recommend to somebody anyway. So, you know, for example, you'd be, if one of your friends asks who's a good hairdresser or what's a good place to stay, you would recommend it. So that's what we do with this product, is that we're actually sharing our story, and Juice Plus are paying us for that. And then we get a certain percentage of the profit from whatever we sell, which is awesome. Another really a way that we make money is through commission. So this is the beautiful story that Ashley has just told you about the different levels and the way the team grows with the popcorn. So the more your team grows and the higher the levels that you go, the more commission that you can actually make in this. So you can imagine if you were bringing in, if you had a lovely big team underneath you, you would be actually earning a lot of money. And this is just the residual income. So that doesn't include this or the bonuses. So the other way that we get paid is we get paid bonuses. And these are really cool too, because obviously once you start getting, once your team starts increasing in size, you can actually earn a lot of money just from bonuses. So how this works is when you first start out as a virtual franchisee. Within your first 10 days, you can actually get to direct virtual franchisee. When you do that, the company gives you $100. I know it's not very much, but it's just enough for the company's just saying to you, wow, you did really well, you got your first few customers, that's awesome. And it just really gives you enough just to keep going, because it's pretty simple to do in your first 10 days. The next level is Senior Direct Virtual Franchisee. Now this is, within a month, you can actually earn $400 bonus, which is really, really cool. And then because this is a teaching business, so we are basically teaching someone else to do the same thing. So every time you teach someone to get to SDVF, you get a $400 bonus as well. Awesome. The next position is sales coordinator, and this is a $600 bonus and a $600 bonus for the teacher. The next position is senior sales coordinator, and this is a $1,200 bonus and a $1,200 bonus for the teacher. The next one is qualified national marketing director, and that is a $1,500 bonus and a $1,500 bonus for the teacher. And of course, our pinnacle position is National Marketing Director, and that is a $3,000 bonus. Really nice. But of course, when you get to this position, you're earning about $80,000 to $100,000 a year just in residual income. So by this stage, you don't actually need a teacher's bonus. So you can actually see how easy it is to earn money and how much money is actually on the table and available for you to earn. I mean, to this point, I actually smashed out mine within the month, my 2 first bonuses. So it's actually not that hard to do. as long as you remember that everyone this beautiful team around you are there to support you 100%. You totally get supported in everything you do. You will never be thrown in the deep end. So that's the beautiful thing about this community, and what Ashley was showing us before with the popcorn. As you grow your team, you actually get to meet a whole lot of really beautiful people who you would never have known before if you hadn't have known, if it wasn't for the people that you've introduced. So it's amazing how that happens, and we're all so beautifully supportive of each other. I'm just going to pass you on over back to Ashley, and she's going to tell us her business story. Thanks, honey.
Thanks so much, Tans. Hey, everyone again. So like I said, I'm a mum to 6 beautiful children. Before this, I was just a stay-at-home mum. I had no, vision or excitement for my future or anything like that. But, I was sick of being broke and barely getting by. I haven't worked in 13 years. Like I said, I have no qualifications, no certificates or anything like that. So I kind of lost that confidence to work after being out of work for so long. I was miserable in my life because I felt I was destined for, greater things. I am a bit ambitious. So, don't get me wrong though, my kids are definitely my greatest gift. But I just felt I couldn't, give them more. And so when this fell into my lap, I'm not going to lie, I did sit on the fence for a while, for like a year. But, I watched Ash's journey, who was just on before. I watched Ash's journey. She's, she was doing some amazing things, living her best life. So that really got me out of my excuses, And I thought, what do I have to lose? I'm broke with 6 kids, so I'm barely getting by. So I jumped right in, and I'm really glad that I said yes and jumped on board because, I get to work this in stolen moments in and around my crazy 6 kids. And I really found this an easy way to kind of ease back into the workforce, at my own pace, being it's been a very long time. But I also love that I'm able to work on my dreams while still putting my kids first. A lot of the times in 9 to 5, you just get what you get and you can't get upset. But, I'm not miserable in my life anymore because I just really feel like I'm a part of something really epic, something that's really changing lives. It's changed my life. So, I'm really passionate about giving the gift to others and, really spreading the mission. And my goal is to get it out there to more mums that are just like me, sick of being broke, sick of having no purpose. So yeah, it's really amazing that I've found my purpose because I really didn't even know what my purpose was. So it's really cool to find something that I really enjoy and that I can do around my kids. I get the choice. I get to do mum care over daycare, or if I want to do daycare, I can. So it's really nice to have that choice. I've only been doing this for 8 months now. And, I've smashed through 4 promotions already, even with my crazy life. The amazing friends I've met along the way has been definitely my highlights for this year. I got to meet them in the flesh this year, so it was really amazing to, really get to meet so many amazing people and actually get to meet them in real life. We're all a virtual family, but, it's really awesome to actually meet them. They always have your back no matter what they're going through. They always got your back, and I'm absolutely loving my journey. But my only regret was sitting on the fence, guys. Don't be a fence sitter like me. I definitely encourage you guys to get your questions answered. Don't miss out for sure. Thanks so much, Tans. Sorry, I'm going to pass you over to Ash, and she's going to wrap it up for us.
Awesome. Thank you, Ash. I always love hearing your story. It's just phenomenal to see the amount of lives that this can really impact and change. When I came into this, I was working my little butt off. I was working over 50-hour weeks for a not very nice boss, and I was working in hospitality. So it just was a very toxic work environment, and I just felt like a slave, really just slaving my precious time for a dollar figure. any of the work that I was doing, I was really underappreciated and completely underpaid. So to begin with, I moved to New Zealand in search of freedom. So we packed up our bags, we packed up everything we owned. We went to New Zealand in search for freedom to buy a camper van, to travel the whole of New Zealand, north and south, and then to move on to more countries. However, we did run out of money very quickly, as New Zealand isn't very cheap to live and isn't very cheap to travel on the road. And also the pay rate's not that great come hospitality and tourism. So it was, you know, I was trading my time for a dollar figure, which was roughly about $17 an hour. And we just weren't getting ahead. It was just not really getting us where we wanted to. We were both sick. We were both exhausted. My skin broke out in cystic acne. Because I was undernourished, I was overworked, and I was stressed to the max. So if anyone can relate, that is not very fun to live your life, to live and work in that type of lifestyle for the next 40, 50 years of your life. So I realized this wasn't my ticket to freedom. Going to seasonal jobs like this, only to save up money to keep going and keep traveling, wasn't the answer. However, I kept doing it. I kept denying that the online work was there. I was presented with this opportunity about a year ago. So I watched my friend, as Ash said, I watched my friend get happy. Her name's Katrina, and I watched her get happy and healthy and live the life of her dreams and live in Bali with her children. And I just couldn't deny it anymore. So I had to wait until I hit rock bottom, until we were broke and had credit card debt, and until my health was really low, at a low point. I suffered a little bit of depression because of it. But we usually need that pain and transformation to be able to take us further. So I'm a little bit gutted that I had to wait until I got to that point to actually make a change in my life. I realized if I didn't make that change, then nobody else will. I had to make that change and point of difference for myself. And I just couldn't see myself getting out of that trap anytime soon, and getting out of that with that in mind. So I took this leap and I said, what do I have to lose? So I jumped in, and 6 months down the track of doing this alongside of that crazy chaotic job, yes, I did have the excuse that I didn't have much time. I was working 50-hour weeks, but I did do this alongside of that, in my toilet breaks, in my lunch breaks, on before and after work. We spend that time scrolling, so why not get paid for it? So I really love that this was a way that we could get paid in stolen moments throughout the day. So I was able to supplement that full-time income within 6 months of being there and doing this alongside of that crazy, crazy job. So I was able to say bye to that within 6 months, and I was able to jump into our van, and we were able to travel the north and south of New Zealand, which was beautiful to be able to have an income landing in my bank account while I was in the van traveling, to be able to take this anywhere with me. We spent a few months in Indonesia, where I did my yoga instructor course, which was always my passion, but I never got the time, and I never really resonated with having to put in 4 weeks leave really early in order to enjoy our life. So now we get to enjoy our life. I'm really excited for the constant change and the constant growth, and the family that I've met along the way, the beautiful people, the support, and also the beautiful places that we now get to travel and call home. So it is really beautiful, the doors that open once you are ready for change. So I encourage you guys, if your soul is reaching out for something new, if you're wanting something new for your new year, if something is really needing to change, maybe this has landed in your lap for a reason. So I encourage you guys to explore these options. This may not be for you, and that's totally okay. But maybe it is for you, and maybe fear is coming up. Fear is generally what stops us from taking these beautiful leaps of faith. So don't give in to fear. It's so worth it. I can promise you that. We have heard these beautiful, beautiful stories, and it really is something that can not only change your life, but a gift that you can really share to others so that you can really help and impact other people and put more money into other people's bank account and change other people's lives. So if any of this makes sense, please get your questions answered. Go to the person that sent you this or invited you here tonight, and we would be happy to have a chat with you and help answer your questions. Thank you so much for your time. I'll pass you back to Tans.